Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we are going to be breaking down Power Rangers in Space, Episode 13, Grandma Matchmaker. Let's talk about it. Hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the fan club.
You're watching the fan club.
And you're watching the fan club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the fan club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake one.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the fan club. It is your boy, Brosdan Brosnan, in the building. Welcome to the show. We have an episode for you. Hey, I didn't say a good episode. This is probably the worst in space episode so far. It was a weird one, so let's just get into it. Grandma Matchmaker, the 13th episode of Power Rangers in Space, is a perplexing installment that unfortunately feels like a regression to the series so far. The central conflict revolves around Ashley's attempt to avoid her well-meaning but overbearing grandmother, Mrs. Hammond, who is determined to find her a husband, which she's like 17 or 18 at the time. Like, I don't know if husband is like the number one thing on her list, and it was just kind of a really weird episode. To escape her grandmother's matchmaking schemes, Ashley fabricates a year-long relationship with Carlos, a blatant lie considering they only met relatively recently if you really think about it. The incorporation of Super Sentai footage also leads to some bizarre sequences, most notably the scene involving the stolen police car, which is both nonsensical and would realistically result in the grandmother's arrest. Yeah, I was thinking that the whole time, like, grandma literally threw a police officer down and stole the cop car. Wild. The episode is further hampered by noticeable lip-syncing issues with the grandmother's character, which I noticed right away. I was like, what is up with the words and like her voice, which makes sense that it's a voice actor. Even though the grandmother stops messing with Ashley's relationship status, she continues to meddle by playing matchmaker for others. This was a wild one, but I did like the monster. I thought this like termite monster that can eat away at your weapons and your suit was a really cool idea. The plot was just freaking wild. But one thing that I didn't love was the episode's villains, Mama Mite and Termitus, take a back seat to the civilian plot, which is disappointing considering the previous episode seemed to build Mama Mite up as a major threat. The episode as a whole feels a little disjointing and frustrating. It's ironic that Ashley's morphin sequence is completely absent in this episode, especially since it focuses on her, but she does get a cool new move. Despite some redeeming qualities, the intended message of not needing a boyfriend to be happy is undermined by the season's trajectory, where a romance between Ashley and Andros is gradually developing. The grandmother's lack of inquiry regarding Ashley's recent absences feels unrealistic. Carlos playing with the charade remains respectful and suggests telling the truth to Ashley's grandmother, indicating that his past crush on Ashley may have faded. One positive aspect is Andros' clarification that Ranger weaponry is made of hardened universal steel, providing some insight into the materials used in power technology. In conclusion, Grandma Matchmaker serves as a prime example why filler episodes often receive criticism, as it is filled with some sexist elements, inconsistencies, and a plot that ultimately undermines its intended message. While cultural translation issues may contribute to some of the problems, the writers should have made more adjustments to the original Sentai footage or provided better exposition to address these differences, ultimately leading to a more cohesive and satisfying episode. Now, don't get me wrong, if you really like this episode, I'm not here to shit on it. This is just one that you could beat up on. I watched it and was like, okay, this is definitely not the best episode of In Space. It could be like one of the worst episodes if you really think about it. The plot was weird. It was very contradicting. There are a lot of elements that I didn't really like about it. However, there were some elements that I did like. The villains were cool, but I wish we would have saw a little bit more of those. But let's get into some notes from Ranger Wiki. Ashley's surname Hammond is stated here on screen, with her grandmother being known as Mrs. Hammond. meaning she is from Ashley's father's side of the family. The battle against Mama Mite is slightly different from its Sentai counterpart, as the Silver Ranger was not introduced yet. Unlike his Sentai counterpart, Ashley was included in the battle, unlike her, who was not. The scenes of the Quadro Blaster and Spiral Saber booster mode were also added in for this battle in the PR adaptation as well. Because of the use of a long Sentai sequence involving the Yellow Ranger on the side of the police car, they had to use the car from Japan. This causes issues since Japan drives on the other side of the road from the United States. They had to mirror flip the footage so Ashley's grandmother would be driving on the correct seat and side of the road. This is noticeable right after she runs down Termitus when the camera zooms in on the license plate. It is also clear to see the Japanese police markings on the car, as well as the color scheme that is famous with the white and black paint scheme. This is the first time that in Power Rangers in Space that a monster is beating without exploding. Termitus is frozen with a new blast from the Astro Delta Megazord, and then hit with a flying power punch to explode into ice shards. That was super dope, not gonna lie. This is the first appearance of Ashley's Battle Blade, and here's our last one. The plot of this episode is similar to Lightspeed Rescue's episode, The Fifth Crystal, where the Yellow Ranger must find a way to appease her grandmother. What is up with Yellow Rangers and their grandmothers? I don't know, but this one was wild. Like I said, if you enjoy this one, I do not want to shit on something you like. I found a lot of holes with this, and this is probably one of the least favorite episodes I've watched in a while. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments. Shout out all the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs and the reason why we can continue to make stuff like this. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Peace. I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members, Salima Ramirez, Stephen Heffelman, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Papillon Purple, Thomas Franco, and Troy Lyon. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that share button, and if you can, please sign up to be a member today. We have 3 membership power-ups. We have the Gold Ranger power-up, the most popular. You get into our exclusive fan club chat group. We have fan-exclusive videos that we are adding monthly now, and you get a video shout-out. Yes, folks, at the end of our videos, I will shout out your name. We also have the Quantum Ranger power-up, where you get monthly meetings online with me. Yes, folks, we will talk once a month on Zoom, and you can give me your ideas for future episodes. And then we have a professional package, the Dr. K power-up. That is for businesses that want to tap into the platform. If you guys can, please sign up to be a member today. It is highly appreciated, and it helps us keep these videos going. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.